Hey there. You are back on the Monday Mornings with Mitch podcast. I'm your host still, Mitch Morse, and joined always by my good buddy, confidant, co-host on the road, Casey Hahey. Case, how are you, bud? Where the heck are you? And tell me about you and your feelings.
I'm feeling great. I am on the road, like you said. I'm back in Pittsburgh, hometown. Doing this dang thing on the road with a little janky setup here.
It's a beautiful setup.
But hey, it works, and you're still listening. So I'm fired up for the episode today. I think we got a great one. Not only a phenomenal football player, but more importantly, the philanthropic side that he has and what he does for the communities, his hometown, the places he's played, and it's not just like little hospital visits and things of that nature. It's really deep philanthropic roots that are changing lives, which it's inspiring to say the least. And I'm fired up for the conversation.
And that conversation is with none other than Terron Armstead, 12-year NFL vet, 9 years in New Orleans, 3 years in Miami. And like Casey alluded to, he's just a good person.
Yeah.
And he's one of those guys you talk to, and when the conversation's done, you don't want it to end. Because he's just he's got this charisma, this swagger, this moxie about him that's so kind, but also he's a killer. We saw it on the field. And then what he's able to do off the field, not only with his philanthropic work, but with his, what he does in the media space. He's got his own show called The Set, which we talk about. And it's just one of our great conversations that we have. And we're really looking forward to you watching it. And with that being said, let's get into it.
I've got a long list of real good reasons for all the things I've done. And regret is just a memory written on my brow. And there's nothing I can do about it now.
And to tell you, I don't know how I snagged this guest is an understatement. 5-time Pro Bowler, All-Pro, 12-year NFL vet, just a solid fucking dude, and a fashionista. Please welcome to the show, Terron Armstead. Let's fucking go, dude.
Hey.
You. What's
Buddy,
up, fellas?
Buddy, we can't thank you enough for taking your time. We know something I didn't say is that you are on this platform as well, which is the media space, and you're killing it. The Set, you can catch it Mondays and Thursdays live, which is a whole different beast. I want you to talk about that at some point. The live show is a no joke. We can't step into that space. But you do a fantastic job of not only talking about football, but throwing a little just current events, all that stuff. It's been great, and it's something that I think you have conquered immediately. And you've had a foothold in it, and we're looking forward to seeing where you go from there, man.
I appreciate you, Mitch. Thank you, brother.
Well, and you also brought me on, and we talked a little smack. So
Fire.
It was a hoot, dude. I just love what you're doing, and can't wait to see you do more. But before we get into anything else, you're an East St. Louis native, right? Prideful East St. Louis. And East St. Louis is known for many different things, but it's also known for great football players. Right, and what the great thing is, usually, if Missouri can, they sneak up, they sneak in, and they steal those great football players, and they come at the University of Missouri. So, who did who wrong? Tell us, why were you not a Missouri Tigers? I feel like that would have been the greatest steal, not only for football, but selfishly for friendship.
Yeah, it was close. It was close to happening, and really after I was already in college, my issue was. So I'm from Cahokia, Illinois, East St. Louis. We right there, neighbors. And my high school process to go to college wasn't done properly. So I was ineligible because of clearinghouse, NCAA clearinghouse. And at that time, after the National Signing Day, I'm still ineligible. So I lost any big school offer interest. It was over with. So I went to Arkansas Pine Bluff on a half football, half track scholarship. And so oddly enough, Mitch, I got to tell you a story. I don't think I've ever told this publicly.
Oh, this is great.
I finished my first year at Pine Bluff. So football season, I come in, I'm starting as a freshman. Track season, I break every record in the SWAC, every conference record possible. I win like 6 golds, indoor and outdoor, in track. And I'm leaving the conference championship track meet, and I called the coach that was recruiting me from Mizzou, Coach Ford.
Oh, yeah, Cornell
He
Ford,
was
sure.
the DB coach, I believe.
Yeah.
I call him. I'm like, "What's up, man? I'm trying to get down to Mizzou. I just finished my first year." He's like, "Man, no, you were killing it this year. Football, track, everything." He was like, "I can't say much now. Like, I can't really tell you anything. In order to move forward, you will have to be released from Pine Bluff. So you have to get your release. That's the only way we can have conversation." And I'm like, I'm trying to push him to tell me, like, if I go get my release, do you have a scholarship for me? Because I can't afford to go to Mizzou.
Right.
He couldn't say. He couldn't give me those words legally. So I thought about it, man. I took the ride back. So at Pine Bluff, we rode the bus everywhere, no planes. So we rode the bus 10 hours.
Some freaky bus rides, huh?
No, man, it was crazy. So we rode the bus 10 hours. I'm doing a lot of thinking. I call some of my people, and I get their feedback. Everybody like, go to Mizzou. Do it.
Yeah.
I get back to Pine Bluff. It's like over a weekend. So Monday, I got my plans. Get up, brush my teeth, wash my face, go down to the office, get my release from Pine Bluff. I get up, I get dressed. I'm headed out the door. I turn back around. I stay there. I never go to the office, never go, actually, never mention it, never call Coach Ford. I just stayed. I'm like, I'm here.
Yeah.
I want to establish myself here. I want to do something from here, and I'm doing it. And it worked out. Probably was foolish looking back, you know what I mean? But it worked out.
No, I mean, hindsight's 20/20. That worked out beautifully. And to be honest, I think that just speaks to your character, right? Like you make a commitment. And the landscape of college football, I mean, if it was today, it would be a whole different ballgame, right? Like a whole different conversation, all that stuff. But there is something to it that, I mean, first of all, thank you for sharing. It makes my heart happy that you even thought about it. But hey, pal, it worked out. It worked out pretty well. It worked out really well. And you kind of alluded to something that deep diving into your stuff. Yeah, you kind of blew over the fact that you didn't blow over. You were a stud shot putter. You could toss that thing. We actually found a video of you throwing that thing I think in high school.
No way.
This is 61 feet, right?
Okay.
61 and some change.
Yeah, it was like 61.5, I think was your.
Okay.
Okay, first of all, he knows exacusly how far it was.
Yeah, I don't know why we're telling you.
Listen, I was over 60. I got to a point I was over 60 every meet, so
Well, okay, Case, why don't you pull this thing up? Let's see what we got.
See what we got.
Okay, first of all, you got the chair, so you're taking your time between it. This is my favorite part. You get
this is
college?
college?
Is this college?
This is in college.
It's in college.
Look at that form.
Oh, and then the thing just popped. That I threw the shot. But throw it one more time. Yeah, no, we got it fired up. One more time.
Yep.
Steps in, no glide, which I think is awesome. I think it's no spin right there. It's just a glide.
Spin.
Super manly, right? Throws it in the air, catches it. I don't think any of us can do that now. Goes, corks that thing up, and you can just tell. Boop, pops out. You get a little. Oh, dude, that's a beautiful thing. I'll tell you what. And when you see guys who really can throw the shot put, it just flies out. It's just something, and I'm sure you can attest to it. Like there's something to when you're able to garner all of your power, and then it just kind of, like you did, and it just flies right out of that hand. That's got to be a good feeling, dude.
You can feel it when you get it right. When you get it right, that you could just feel the energy like go through the shot, and it just that's a good one. That's it. You know it.
But would it have been the same throw if you didn't give the little And it's like the tennis players. No, hell no.
Yeah.
You got to give it a little stank. We call that a little stank at the end of it, dude. That was sick. I wanted to talk about that because I think that's super cool. And also another unique thing you're able to do at Arkansas Pine Bluff, right? I don't know if you would have had that opportunity. I mean, you probably would have because you're an amazing athlete and you're an amazing shot putter. But Arkansas Pine Bluff, I mean, to break all those records, have that opportunity to do that was really cool. You're actually not the only person I know from Arkansas Pine Bluff. There's a guy named Jamie Gillian. Do you know who Jamie Gillian is?
Yeah, the punter.
The Scottish Hammer.
The Scottish Hammer, for sure.
So Jamie Gillian, he was with Buffalo for a cup of coffee, and he tells me the story. And he goes, I got an offer off on Facebook. I accepted it. I'm telling all my friends and family I'm going to Arkansas. So he gets on the plane, has no idea he's going to Arkansas Pine Bluff, right? And Jamie Gillian is Scottish, long hair, white dude. Shows up and he's like, okay, this is in Arkansas. Has a blast, dude. He supposedly just had nothing but good things to say. He said the school was awesome. The experience was great. Like, what was your experience? Because you decided to commit. You turned around, walked back in, and did your stint. Tell us a little bit about that and how that shaped you as a person.
Yeah, my experience was it was challenging. Honestly, at that time in Pine Bluff had never won nothing. You know what I mean? So it was really like the bottom. It was viewed as the bottom of the SWAC. Not many resources down there. Not much attention down there. So my first 3 years for sure at Pine Bluff was really tough. My last year, the class that I came in with, we had matured to be championship team. So we won the conference. We won national championship, black college national champions. So we kind of started to bring a little bit more eyes, energy, resources down there. So for the Scottish Hammer and those guys, they got a different experience of Pine Bluff than we. Sure. You know what I mean? They got the new house. They got the new house that we built.
New house. I bet that bus ride after that championship game was, yeah. For a different podcast and a different time. Yeah, you definitely rode the bus.
10 hours after we played the championship in Birmingham, Alabama, and yeah, we had like an 8 to 10 hour bus ride after the championship back to Pine Bluff, and I'm sitting in the front seat with the trophy. I will send you a picture of that to confirm.
Yes. Yeah, some things don't need to be said. Some things, imagination can take people exactly where they need to go. We can only imagine. You had alluded to in an interview that the one thing you do miss about football is the plane ride back. And I can only imagine that kind of encompasses the best of everything winning that championship. Okay, so you go on and you get drafted third round, 75th overall to the New Orleans Saints. Really cool thing, Steve Gleason.
Yes, sir.
That's dude. So for anyone who doesn't know, Steve Gleason has battled ALS for a long time. He's a New Orleans superstar and a great dude.
After Hurricane Katrina, Steve Gleason helped the city of New Orleans rise again.
Last year, so much hopelessness inside this arena, it's been replaced by the sounds of hope and rebirth.
You feel like a shotgun blast goes off, and that's the sound of the ball hitting Steve Gleason's hand.
This is one of those moments that was so much bigger than just football.
Looking back now, how cool of an experience is that? I'm sure you've gotten to know Steve over the years. Like, can you tell us any interactions or any conversations or just what kind of person he is?
It's unbelievable, bro. I think about it. Like, I think about my whole story and my journey in New Orleans, but how it started. Started in the most epic way, bro. Steve Gleason announced my draft pick. It was just, and at the time, I'll be honest, I didn't know of his story. I didn't know Steve Gleason's backstory. But of course, you know, sitting here with my family, 40 family members, we're sitting in the living room watching. He announced, you know, we go do some digging, and to see who he was and how big he was around the world, and especially in New Orleans, for him to announce my draft pick is like, I owed him. Like, I had to be somewhat successful, you know what I mean, to make it worth anything. And I get down to New Orleans. I meet Steve quite a few times, his family, everything. We've done events together. Just great people, seriously great people. He has done things that has impacted so many fighting the same condition or similar conditions. The whole no white flags, ALS, ice bucket challenge, like all those things. Steve just finds a way to bring the energy and bring positivity to what is a very, very serious condition and situation.
No doubt.
He's a legend, man. Seriously.
Well, to see you be able to lead the charge in New Orleans a few weeks ago, that had to be a really cool experience. And the one thing that I can think of is when Steve did it. I don't know exactly when, but that had to be. Were you there when Steve?
I was not.
Okay. Well,
I would have lost it.
It was electric, but he.
I would have lost it.
Oh, no doubt. So you were talking about.
Hold on, Mitch. Speaking of leading the charge.
Okay.
Speaking of guys leading the charge.
Sure.
Let's talk about your experience. We saw you
Yeah.
lead out Big Bad Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
With the microphone in hand, a beer in hand.
Yeah.
Talk
Yeah.
about that. Talk about that experience.
Well, so Case and I were filming. First of all, thank you. It was an unbelievable experience. We got pretty. It was a 1 o'clock game. We chose that for a reason, because if we had gotten an 8 o'clock game, they would have had to wheel us out. It was unique. Just to be honest, I never thought I'd have that opportunity. You know, you play a short stint with the team, 5 years, and to be gifted that opportunity, it's not about you, right? You want to.
You're a legend, bro.
Thank you. It was unbelievable too. And you know, the whole thing you're thinking about is you don't want to mess it up, and because it's not about you. We've seen guys get too drunk and then kind of fumble the words, and it does more damage than good. But your job is really just to give the energy to the crowd, and then just kind of Scooby-Doo your way to the sideline, right? But the beer thing we cleared at the 2 minutes before. They were like, absolutely not. And then I said, I promise you, listen, I don't want to embarrass you. I don't want to embarrass myself. I promise you it'll elevate the experience. And so they're like, okay, as long as it's a Labatt Blue, we did it. And we did it. And it was so epic, dude. So I appreciate giving us an opportunity to talk about it. It was fun. But speaking of epic.
Fire, bro. Fire.
It was great. It was cool. They had the fireworks going off. It was a lot better than I deserved, pal. It really was. But to speak on epic.
You're humble, man.
No. No, it was cool as hell. Speaking on epic, we were looking at your career. You talked about it, 9 years in New Orleans and then 3 in Miami, 12 years total, a lot of cheese, all the accolades, but you did it right. You're not only an incredible player on the field, but a great person off the field. I talked to Jordan Poyer. He said that his limited experience with you was unbelievable, right? That you're a great dude. And then we actually have a shared patriarch in our rooms. Case, do you want to pull up that photo? Do you know who this is? You know,
hey, that's my OG right there.
So Ben Grubbs. So I talked to Ben. I said, hey, Ben, I'm interviewing T-Stead tomorrow. Like, do you have anything? He said, Terron's speed and athleticism stood out right away. He moved like a skilled guy trapped in an offensive lineman's body. When we would run team sprints, he'd leave the big guys behind. Honestly, he should have been running with the linebackers. Terron was the ultimate pro, though. I really enjoyed playing next to him. He was a sponge, always eager to learn, and he was the baby of the offensive line. Like you said, like all those dudes seemed like they were pushing 30. But he stepped right in and became a dominant left tackle. And so you have the respect of your peers, which I think you can attest is –
It ain't gonna make me cry, bro.
No, it's the best. And then, I mean, Ben he was the old man in our room too, and he was just a good person, a treasure trove. He's just a good dude. His wife was amazing. He took us all in. He had kids, so we were all like, this is the oldest person I've ever seen in my entire life. And then you blink and you're that dude in the locker room. It was just a cool experience. But so you're sitting back here. You played 12 years, and you're kind of outside looking in. Is it everything you thought it would be? Did you outperform what you thought? Did you come in with any expectations? Like if you were explaining to your 12-year-old self, like, hey, things worked out pretty well for us in football. Like I know when I was 5, Dad was bringing us out there, and I didn't like it too much, but then you leaned into it. How would you describe your career, and how would you tell yourself? What would you tell your 12-year-old self to kind of soak up or kind of help your experience as a professional?
If I could describe my career in its totality, I would say amazing. Like dream come true, unbelievable, blessed, just every experience, the wins, the losses, the good times, the bad, the ups, downs, injuries, all of it. I appreciate every single moment of it because it made me who I am today and has molded me and put character traits and like things into me and my mental that I feel makes me go after it still today. You know what I mean? It's just kind of how we're wired after being in the league for so long. The thing that I struggle with the most, Mitch, I'll be honest, my early part in my NFL career was the business. I struggled with that because I had played football since I was 5. So I get to the NFL and this is not football anymore. Not just. We're only playing football 2 hours a day for practice. Mm-hmm. All the other stuff was a problem for me. Like I just trying to get a chance to understand the business side of football or the NFL was tough. The media parts, meeting room, this meeting, that meeting, the no domestic violence, the just all of it was like, bro, can we just go to practice? Can we play football? And then you see guys that you grow really close with throughout training camp, OTAs, preseason. Those guys gone. Never see them again. I struggled with that my first few years in the league. So it took some time for me to get calloused to the business side of the NFL. At first, it was not fun. And Sean Payton didn't make it fun either. It was like, it was just tough. It was work all day, every day. But then I found it. I found that energy again. I started to understand it more as I grew. And, man, I loved it every minute.
Was there one particular instance where the switch flipped? Or was it kind of just a slow burn and then you look back and you realize, oh, now this is something that I'm not totally comfortable with, but I now have a grasp on?
I really had to just come to grips with this is the business. Like it is a multi-billion-dollar operation. It's not just a sport. We can't just go, we're better than these guys, let's line up and do it. Like we can't text the other guy, Buffalo, meet us at the park at 12, let's get busy. No, it don't work like that. It's a whole production. So, I had to come to grips with that. The production side of the NFL. It's an entertainment business. You know what I mean? So, and then throughout, getting more mature, more experienced, and it started to unfold for me. I understood it more. So especially like on my latter years on the way out, definitely understood the business of it and how everything works in the league.
That business aspect of it, you do grow callous to it. It doesn't make it easier, though, as you get older. You still have to process like your buddies. I mean, this is every place that you go, every football organization is going to try to be as much of a family atmosphere as possible. And you can to a certain extent, right? But you are going to get touched by business, whether it's yourself or your friends. It's a wild deal. And another part of, and I want to make sure I get this right, of the football business, especially as an offensive line position, is injury. Right. I sustained plenty, I think 7 or 8 surgeries just football wise. And it's just part of the game. You sign up for it. It's what it is. Football gives you so much, but also mentally it can take a huge toll. I think for a lot of guys, that's what they struggle with the most, but also physically. And just to read off, just talking about how resilient of a player you are and were, and what you were able to kind of overcome and still be an all-pro, Pro Bowl player. And these are just the things you missed time for. Was 2015, you had a knee. 2016, you missed some time with a knee. 2017, a torn labrum. 2019, an ankle. 2021, a knee. 2022, a toe, which people don't know how terrible that is, and a pec. 2023, you had a knee, back, and ankle, just the trifecta. And then 2024, you dealt with a knee, ankle, and something that I know plenty about, which is a concussion. I know you talked about that one of the reasons why you decided to retire, because I think you could have still played. And it's not about that. It's just you look at yourself. For me, I looked at myself on film once, and I was like, who the hell is that player? Right? Like, he's not – I'm telling myself, all right, run to this second level and get this dude. I've done it plenty of times, and you watch the play go by, and you still feel like you can do it, but it's hard on Tuesdays and Mondays and Wednesdays to come to grips with what this is doing to your body. So, like, now, looking back, how are you able to kind of – go through that, because it does take a mental toll, these physical ailments. And then, like, right now, I know you could probably still play, but are you still at peace with the decision you made, and especially kind of with this physical ailment piece playing a huge role in that?
I'll start there, Mitch. I am at peace with walking away from the game. I gracefully bowed out.
No doubt.
I think that I approached it the right way. Like, I'm proud of my intention in the league. Like, the way that I approached the game and went about the game, as much as I learned, I gave back. That's what I'm most proud of, just that leadership aspect and passing things down to where, like, we live forever through others. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So the success of others, the young guys on the Dolphins O-line, the Saints O-line, and other guys that's moved around the league, I really am thankful for that part of it. So I'm gratefully and graciously away from the game. I'm done. I don't miss it one bit. I don't want to block anybody, like, at all. So Uh, no, seriously, man. But injury wise, you gave like the Cliff Notes version of
Sure.
what my injury list is longer than the Constitution, bro.
Those are the
I
ones you just missed games for. Like those aren't the ones you maybe had to. I mean, the hundreds of ones
It's-
that you
it's
felt on
insane.
Sundays, right?
Insane, bro. Insane. So just dealing with all those things throughout the years. And honestly, Mitch, I don't know. I had my motivating factors like my kids and leave a legacy and want to help the team win. Like I had those motivating factors to keep going and keep playing. Some of it is insanity. Honestly, you can attest to that. I'm sure.
Sure.
You coming back from injury, you coming back from surgery, and your body's forever changed. You get cut, man. You get that skin cut, your body's forever changed, and we rehab and get back in there as soon as possible. It's insanity, really,
Yeah.
when you think about it. So it's a part of it though, and I'm proud of that. Like even in times I went back too early, and it is what it is. I think that is a part of the story. It's a part of the journey. It's a part of who we are up front. You know, trying to get back in and protect others before ourselves is just, you know, the makeup of us being on that front line.
Well, the makeup of an offensive lineman is interesting, but the makeup of you especially is super unique, right? Like you had alluded to it just in that answer, is that giving back is so important. Kind of making a statement, making an impact off the field to you has been just as important as it is on the field. And when I was looking this up, your philanthropic work is outstanding, dude. I think through the Team Armstead Foundation, a lot of people, for me especially, looking back, one of my greatest regrets is not doing more. And I got so not enthralled with the process, or I felt like a little bit selfish when I was playing, right? You're so focused on yourself, and to see guys do that and be able to make an impact in the community. I mean, listen, dude, you have a community, 40,000 square foot community center back in your hometown in Cahokia. Super unique. It seems like a lot of good stuff going on there. You gave school supplies out. You did holiday giveaway drives for Thanksgivings, and not only back in your hometown, but where you're playing. And then you did a scholarship grant for high schoolers going into college. And then I know you're doing a lot with financial literacy now, still to this day. Has that been something that you always knew you had a vision that if I was going to do it and make it and have success here, that I wanted to give back to folks that might not have, or maybe have come from a similar situation as myself, or are on the cusp of greatness, or just need a little gentle push, or just a little guidance. And where do you see this going in the future? Because I feel like this is something that it's a beautiful snowball effect, right? Like you have something good, you have a great team around you. This foundation seems like it's going nowhere anytime soon. So it's a two-part question. Like, is this something you've always wanted to do? And where do you envision your philanthropic work going in the future?
The foundation came about early in my career, so I didn't start at the beginning of my career. My rookie year, it took me weeks to get into the starting lineup, and I struggled with that. I had never been on a team and not playing, like not starting. So that was tough, and I just tried to find ways to get involved, to like be a part of the team, because I didn't feel like that at first. And I was watching this guy that you might know, Cam Jordan. And I'm watching Cam Jordan every Monday, every Tuesday. He's at a school, a hospital, something. He's at some type of visit, like Saints jersey on. He's just surprising kids, talking to people. You know what I mean? So I talked to him, and I was like, how do you get in that setup? You know, what are you doing? So I followed Cam, really, just going and getting active in the community, and it helped me. It helped me get deeply rooted in New Orleans and kind of get more fan perspective. I was present. All those things. So my second year, I started my foundation, and we really just were event-based, holiday-based, Thanksgiving food drives, Christmas gift drives, back-to-school events, things like that. Now, in the later part of my career, I wanted to do something more impactful and like sustainable, something that people can like actually leave with, and they're better, not just some toys or Lego set, like some knowledge. And so just throughout my years in the league, conversations with teammates, Drew Brees, other guys, just talk about like centers they went to and programs they were in growing up. I had none of these programs or centers. I didn't step foot in a center my entire upbringing. So I wanted that because I see all these guys have similar stories. Like majority of the league, they've been through these type of systems and programs. So I wanted to get a chance to create that back home because it didn't exist. So we have the Team Armstead Community Center, 40,000 square foot center. We're doing financial literacy, business acumen, life skills, character development, like all these things. That's real life. I was pretty good in school. I'm not a fan of school, of traditional school teaching. Sure. Like I don't really care about a lot of the things that they talk about in those hours because it's not practical with life. So we're going to talk finances. We're going to talk taxes and credit. We're going to talk how to give a proper handshake and eye contact. We'll talk, you know what I mean? Like the order of things that happens in life. So that's what my community center is focused on.
All right. I wish I had something eloquent to say, but fuck yeah, dude. That shit is fucking awesome. And it's just, yeah, I wish I had I wish I had the vernacular way. It's beautiful because football is a cultural melting pot. It's a melting pot of people from all different facets of life, all different walks of life, different circumstances. A lot of guys go through trials and tribulations and go through resiliency, and most folks who have gone through that share the same sentiment. And to see you take action on that is one of those super unique things. And if you ever need anything from us, man, like we're full bore because that lights us up, dude. And I think it lights everyone up, and that's cool. And to talk about the next thing, talking about lighting something up, when you stepped onto the scene, which is the media realm, it took me about 10 seconds to realize that you're going to be a superstar. Truly, like it's just your presence, your football acumen, just you light it up, dude. And so when you decided to go about and create the set, give yourself a platform to share your knowledge, share your skills, it just made too much sense. And I want you to talk a little bit about what sparked this interest in getting into this space, and where you're trying to get to. Or are you just kind of trying to see where this thing goes? Because I think you got a gift here, pal.
I appreciate you, Mitch. And
I do have one question, though. I do have one question, though. In your time of football, going through all the offensive playbooks, was it in the playbook that offensive linemen that retire become podcasters? Is that the thing? Is that a thing?
So he said he was going to ask you this, and I want to reach through the screen and choke him out, but it's the truth, man. That's a good question.
No, I think, bro, it's O-line in general, O-linemen in general. Like we are such team guys, and in that you gotta get a chance to learn people. You gotta get a chance to know people through questions, through conversation. So you practice that, like we've been doing that for 12 years. Mm-hmm. So an interview is essentially the same thing. Like we're taking an hour, 40 minutes to get to know each other, to get to know you. You know what I mean? So that's kind of part of being in that O-line room. You want to know the guys that you're up there with, because we're the only unit with 5 of us. Every single play, there'll be at least 5 of us up there. You know, so you want to get a chance to know those guys, build that chemistry. So that level of comfort, all that, like, it's kind of a part of the job. So we got a lot of reps in that part. So getting into the media, it's probably a little easier transition for guys. And we're smarter than all the other position groups, except for quarterback.
I was just trying to push Mitch's buttons a little bit there.
He did. Yeah, it's I don't know. Well, the smart thing, it's to be determined on my end. But really, I think if we're looking here, me and Case are going to be chatting here in the next 10 years, and we're going to see you on TV if it's something that you want to do, and we're going to say like, no shit. The dude had it. The dude has the work ethic. We had talked about it. He's got the it factor, and just to see you keep doing your thing, man. Just don't forget about us Gentiles and laymen.
Mitch, you are so humble, bro. You are killing it. Like, you and Case, you're killing it.
No, I really appreciate it.
You're killing it, bro. Monday mornings jumping off, bro. Big gas, the vibes, the energy. Like, come on, man. You're killing it.
I appreciate it. It's different. We'll sit there and we'll finish an episode, and Case and I will be sitting like, we just talked about how you wipe your ass for 20 minutes. Like, I don't know.
I'm sure there's a target, though, bro.
Yeah,
it's not forced. It's real. It's genuine. Like that's the conversation.
Well,
I love that.
Well, that's what I like to say too. Like, there's so many podcasts you talk X's and O's and things of that nature, and the biggest thing that I say with us is, like, we try to bring out the personality of the person, that fans could actually get to know who you are as a person, not just a football player. And if that takes us down the path with Gabe Davis about talking about wiping our ass for 20 minutes, and so be it. You know,
he brought the Holy Spirit out of it. But one thing that you do on your show with your guests that is a hoot is a game called Would You Rather. And usually if you're playing this in a locker room or professional setting, it gets disgusting quickly.
Facts.
So what we're going to do is we're going to keep it fairly PG. All right, but we do have one football Would You Rather, and the rest are kind of going to be plays on where you played and just some other stuff. So originally I was going to ask about two guys, but I'm going to scratch it off because you did remind me with Cam Jordan, who's just, dude, he's a pirate. He's got the goatee, he's out there, and he's just playing his ass off. One of my favorite guys to go
bro.
in. He's different.
Special dude.
And, of course, there's another guy you played with. So let's just say, would you rather? You're in a 2-minute situation, which is every offensive lineman's dream, right? You go, and it's a third down and 2 minutes. You got to go score a touchdown. Would you rather be blocking Cam Jordan or Trey Hendrickson? Well, and to answer and to not get you in a pickle, these are two extraordinary football players. Whatever answer he gives doesn't mean that he thinks the other guy is not it, because both guys are it. So, but that being said, give us your take.
Yeah, both guys fired. Cam Jordan is a Hall of Famer, one of the best that ever played. Oddly enough, though, I would say I'd rather block Cam because he hates rushing from this side. Like, all his moves are off.
Sure.
He's really speed to power when he's rushing a left tackle. Now, if I was at right tackle, I would never say that because he has like 130 sacks, 112 of them are on that side.
Yeah.
So I'd rather take him on over the left tackle.
That's a great answer. That's a great answer. Again, that's our only football question. So the next one is, what's your favorite song of all time?
Ooh.
That's just like, what's your
that is
favorite? Like,
so
or what's one that, I don't know if you ever do karaoke, but what's one that you're like, all right, I can sing this and know every word. I vibe to it. It fuels my cup.
All right, so Mitch, I don't know if you in case know this, but I do music myself. So my favorite song is from me, BOA, Bank of America. That's my favorite song of all time, and I'll perform that myself, karaoke or not.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah. All right. So exclude. Okay. All right. That's a poorly said question.
Right there,
all right, give me the rules. Give me the rules.
Okay. So the rules are that's okay because I did forget that you have you have your finger in a lot of pies here, pal. What's your favorite song that's not yours?
Probably March Madness, Future.
Okay. Question is, would you rather sing that song in front of a sold-out crowd, or would you rather be one-on-one, just you two in chairs, and you have to sing that song to Future himself?
Put me on stage. Sold out
Put you
crowd.
on stage, yeah. No. Well, plus that song just it slaps so hard that once you just get going, the folks in the crowd are going to get fired up. Okay. All right. So there he goes.
Yeah,
there he goes.
Sure.
Yeah, no, he's got it. He's got it down. Great. Okay. So we know that you spent a lot of time in New Orleans. Spent a few years in Miami. So these next few questions are in the same vein. Okay. Say you and your buddies are going out and you're looking to get lit up. All right. Like tonight, we're just going to go out, have some drinks, do whatever, just have a really good time. We'll get some Ubers back. It'll be a hoot. Would you rather be drinking hurricane cocktails on the French Quarter or getting sloppy drunk with mojitos on South Beach?
All right. This one might surprise you guys. I've never had a drink. I've never been drunk in my life.
Dude, okay.
Never been drunk in my life.
Can I tell you something? That's fantastic.
You can blame me for the vetting process here.
I should have known. Okay, so all right. So how about this? How about this? We'll switch it up. Dude, you got to grab a Cuban sandwich on South Beach, or you and the fellows are knocking out as many beignets as you possibly can on the French Quarter.
Beignets. Going crazy. Beignet battle. Going crazy.
As a guy who's been drunk, beignets are pretty great when you're sober and when you've been drinking. So, okay, great question.
Oh,
all right,
man.
Great answer. Shitty question. All right, last one. All right. We've all seen the puddles that find their way to congregate and the French Quarter, but especially on Bourbon Street. And we all know what's in those puddles, right? Okay, so say just once a day, you either have to accidentally step in one of those puddles, all right? You can change your shoe. It's all good. But we all know what's in those puddles. Or you have sand in your shoe constantly throughout the day.
I'm stepping in the bourbon bowl.
Yeah, the bourbon. It's
That's straight hepatitis, bro.
Yeah, it's a lot. Many diseases have started there.
I think that's where COVID started.
COVID started in those puddles. It's fun. I actually had my bachelor party in New Orleans.
Wow, I know that was crazy.
It was okay. So honestly, it was crazy. But the one thing that stood out to me the most was, of course, the people were fantastic, but the food. Dude, the food scene in New Orleans is nuts.
Insane.
So when you have wet socks from horse pee and other stuff, and probably people pee, and you're just smacking I had this chicken sandwich there that it was okay. So the chicken sandwich story. Me and the buddies, we all get into town, and we can't check into our Airbnb yet, so we just go and we go on to whatever Yelp, and we find like this place right next to us. Supposedly got the best chicken sandwich in New Orleans, so we go and we have it. And it's in this bar. We walk in. This is probably 6 or 7 guys, and immediately everyone gives us a strange look. We're like, hey, we're here for the chicken sandwich. They're like, okay, it's in the back. We go, we eat the chicken sandwich. We go back, and people are still giving us strange looks. And then we look it up, and it's one of the most prominent gay bars in all of New Orleans. And we went back every single day to have the chicken sandwich, and they got to know us, and it was a fun time, and we were able to hang out with those folks. But New Orleans has got great people. It's got funky soul, because I'm from Austin. I just love it. So, dude, thank you so much for taking the time. I wish I had changed these few. Dude, the fact that the not drinking and having the drinking question is about as
that's all good. I really could have. I could have kind of spun it.
No,
you know what I
don't.
mean?
Be yourself.
But I've never been drunk, so I can't give a. I do know people in New Orleans love those hand grenades, though.
I had a few of those.
Love their hand grenades.
Sure, the hand grenades. Yeah, well, it's just it's a place. It's built for debauchery, but no one's ever left and said they didn't enjoy their time there. In my opinion, I think it's just got a great soul, a great heartbeat. You get in there, it's just great, dude. Thank you so much for taking your time.
No problem, bro.
You got a lot going on, family man. We talked about fingers in the pies, music, dude. You got your music going on, all sorts of stuff.
Killing the media game.
Media game's been going crazy. If there's any way we can help you, please give us a shout. And please, we'd love to have you on again at some point. This is Terron Armstead, 12-year NFL vet, all-pro, Pro Bowler, but more importantly, just a good person. Thank you for joining the show, buddy.
Appreciate you, fellas. No problem. Monday mornings with Mitch.
Oh, give us a little shout out. You know how to tickle the fancy there, kid. Thanks, buddy.
There's nothing I can